कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री कृपालु, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम, जय श्री कृपालु धाम, जय श्री राधा माधव धाम.
Radhe Radhe devotees, everyone who's outside enjoying the lovely weather, start making your way to the temple hall. Our preacher lecture is going to start sharp at 7:30. There's only 5 minutes left. So everyone please start coming to the temple hall. Everyone who can hear me, please make your way to the temple hall. And everyone who's seated here, thank you for coming early. If you can sit on the floor, I invite you to come sit forward. We will be recording and we would like to have this part filled up. So, and this is the best seat in the house, and go as close to the shrine as possible. You can move even further up. Gayatri and Kavya and Jia, move a little further up. Everyone else, please come forward. You can take a pillow from or cushion from back and come forward.
Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham. Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव
Jai.
जय श्री कृपालु धाम
Again, people who are outside, please start coming in. The lecture is about to begin now. Darshan is open, so please walk into the prayer hall right now. And those sitting here, this is a good time to check your phones. If it's not yet on silent mode, you can put it on silent mode. We will give a minute for everyone to settle in, and then we'll begin the program. Please come forward. Anyone who can sit easily on the floor, please come forward and sit.
Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham Jai Shri Kripalu Dham Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham
On behalf of Radha Madhav Dham, it is my honor to introduce to you all Gopeshwari Devi ji. Gopeshwari Devi was born in Fiji to a very illustrious family known for their social service and spiritual learning. Didi ji later moved to New Zealand, where she currently resides. With a BA Honours and MA in English, Literature and Western Philosophy, Didi ji met her Guru, Jagadguru Shri Kripalu ji Maharaj in 1980. And she studied under his guidance the deeper aspects of our Vedic scriptures, Bhakti Yoga and Kirtan. Since then, she has been traveling over the world, delivering talks, seminars and workshops. We are so very fortunate to have Didi ji for this last 2 weeks and the coming week, of course, at Radha Madhav Dham. On behalf of all of us, I would respect Sita Harbhajan to offer Didi Ji a garland as a token of our respect. Please listen with rapt attention and turn your phones on silent if you already haven't done so. Jai Shri Radha.
Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham, Jai Shri Kripalu
लाल जी, शिव सतगुरु सरकार की।
Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha Madhav Dham,
Good day, everyone.
Jai Shri Kripalu Dham, Jai Shri Radha.
My humble pranams and obeisance to each one of you, dear devotees. It's a very bad habit, devotees, that you lean against the wall and sit even during the lectures and during Kirtan. When you are very tired, if you have been sitting for a long time, then take the side and you can just relax yourself a little bit, but not all the time. Try to sit as a sadhak sits in a Shravan Mudra. Shravan Mudra is when you sit with your legs folded this manner and straight so that you don't lazy around. The first verse in the Vedas about sadhana practice is that asana sambhavat. Cautiously take your asana. Number one thing, you have to sit up straight. If you lean against walls and sit in a lazy manner, then what will happen? Slowly, your mind will dive into a very boring state because you're not ready to receive the grace of the Lord. So be prepared to receive the grace. And those who are seated on the chair also should be very cautious and should sit up straight and not doze off to sleep either. So all of you, once again, sit up straight. Take a good look at the divine form of God and Guru placed on the altar. Capture the form of the Lord in your hearts and minds. Fold your hands in the prayer mode. And now try to visualize the divine form of God with the inner eyes of your minds. Doing Roop Dhyan, we all shall pay our most humble obeisance at the divine lotus feet of our supreme divine beloved Lord, and then we shall proceed further with the program this evening. Manatha Shri Jagannatho Madguru Shri Jagadguru Madatma Sarva Bhutatma Kripalur Gurave Namah. Guru Raradhanadishcha Guru Paramadaivatam Guru Partaram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Dheyam sada paribhavad namabhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam bhrityartiham pranatapala bhavabdhipotam bande mahapurushate charanarvindam. Varhapidam natavaravapu karnayo karnikaram vibhradva sahakanaka kapisham vaijayantim chamalam randhran veno radhara sudhaya purayan gopavrindair vrindaranyam swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirti Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamal Maline, Namah Kamal Padaya, Namaste Kamalekshan. Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Puravam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvam Hadevamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshur Vai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Ananda Kanda Satchidananda Shri Krishna Chandra Charnaravinda Makaranda Milinda Mahanubhav, the blessed souls, eternal and divine. Dear devotees, let us all chant the holy name of the Supreme Lord for a few minutes, and then I shall proceed with the same subject that I had dealt on a few days back in my last talk. Eternal debate, sadhana or seva. But before we proceed with the talk, let us all chant the glories of the Lord's name. And once again, doing Roop Dhyan, let us yearn out and call out with heart filled with devotion and love to the Lord for His divine grace, His divine darshan, and His divine seva. Bhajo giridhar Govinda Gopala, 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 Bhajo Govinda Gopala, Bhajo giridhar 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 Govinda Gopala. बोलिंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, बोले श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय. The sincere seekers of the divine truth. So, the eternal debate, is sadhana more important or is seva more important? I had explained in detail about sadhana by singing just few lines of sadhana karu, sadhana karu, sadhana karu pyare. And revealed to you all that without the practice of devotion, sadhana means devotional practice. And in this devotional practice, there are 9 steps: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. We try to practice all the 9, inclusive. However, 3 most important, what you are doing now is Shravan Bhakti. Listening to the divine glories, the divine pastimes, the divine philosophy, the Vedic teachings, all this, to understand clearly the divine concepts, and then to put it into practice immediately the little we learn, so that we can experience the divine results, the divine fruit of practicing sadhana bhakti, Shravan Bhakti, and Kirtanam Bhakti, chanting the glories of the Lord's name with the help of musical instruments. These 2 are helpers, Shravan and Kirtan. In fact, in the 9 steps to devotion, all the 8 are helpers, but Shravan Bhakti and Kirtanam Bhakti, for sure, it helps us practice this sadhana and build our Sumiran Bhakti strong. The aim is to get to Sumiran, which in one word, I shall explain to you, the key word is remembrance. Remembrance. How you sit and remember your loved ones. How when you are at work, you still remember. With so much of loving emotional feelings, people do texting. They are working and yet they are in touch with their husbands, wives, children, etc., etc. Remembering. Without thinking, you can't be texting them. Whomever you love, or you have that attachment to, or whatever it could be. Thus, this remembrance, it doesn't need a special room or a special manner of sitting, like you have to have a cushion and you have to have your head down and legs up. Nothing like that. Anywhere and everywhere, you know in the material world that the thoughts about your dear ones, your loved ones, or even the enemies, those whom you hate, you dislike. The attachment of the mind goes both ways, with the feeling of love or the feeling of hatred. Like, dislike. So any kind of that emotional feeling in your hearts and minds which pulls you to that person, that is remembering that person. You could be eating and the thought may come about the person where your mind is attached to. You may be sweeping, you may be working, you may be very busy at work, and yet just you get a fraction of a second and then the thought comes and bothers you. And that lingers around. Thus, this remembrance. And even the inanimate things. People get so attached to these things. Like Sri Maharaj Ji the other day was saying that he was delivering a lecture, a talk. There was satsang going on, and this one person would get up, go out, and then come back, sit, listen. Very good devotee. Very good devotee. But very bad habit, very bad attachment. Again he would get up, go out, come back. So Maharaj said, what is he doing? Every time I see him. So one day Maharaj followed him. Maharaj got up to go back to his room. So when Maharaj actually finally gave the talk and got up to go back to his room, that's the time this person actually took a longer time. Was rather thinking of taking a longer time. So he got up quickly. As Maharaj is gone that way, he went this way. Maharaj just turned around. He didn't have to turn around, but he just turned around and saw him going there. And the person didn't see Maharaj seeing him. And Maharaj immediately went and followed him. And he had a packet of cigarette in his front pocket. And that's what he was. He was a chain smoker. He just couldn't stop it. Such a good devotee. But this attachment to cigarette, yes, tea, cigarettes, alcohol, these things give us attachment. Just imagine, they take power over our mind when mind is the most powerful tool that God has given us. And the key to the mind is in our hands, not even in God's hands. Which way we switch on, switch off, it's up to us. And we just let it be. Gone like that. And we become slaves. So, Maharaj took the packet out and took all the cigarettes, and there was a match, and he lit it. Put it in his mouth. Maharaj put it in his mouth, lit it all. And it kept on burning until it started burning Maharaj's lips. And that devotee started crying like anything. He fell at the feet of Sri Maharaj and he vowed and he made a pledge. He promised to Sri Maharaj that from today onwards, I'm not going to do this. Guru has to do all that to teach us lesson. So much the Guru has to go through. To get this mind of ours engaged, involved, attached in God and in the divine saints, in themselves, in Guru himself, so that we can do a continuous remembrance of our divine beloved Lord. Our mind may continuously seek to drink that divine nectar rather than this material, pleasure-giving, sensual, pleasure-giving, temporary things that is going to totally destroy us anyway one day. So sadhana, in this, remembrance is the key word. That is why sadhana is so important. Continuously and correctly doing sadhana. Correctly. What is the correct way of doing sadhana? Bring the divine form in your mind, in your heart. Doing Roop Dhyan. Remembering that divine love, the divine pastimes, the divine glories, the divine beauty of the divine beloved Lord. Chant his glories. Listen to his divine pastimes, etc. Shravan and Kirtan Bhakti are the greatest helpers to get our Sumiran Bhakti strong. That's the aim, to get Sumiran strong. The remembrance. The Roop, through the Roop Dhyan. And the Roop Dhyan may become so very easy to us with this practice of sadhana. So of course, sadhana practice needs atmosphere like this. A separate time has to be dedicated. It's not that you just do sadhana when you are walking and going to work. No, you need to allot time. There is karma sannyas sadhana. That is known as karma sannyas sadhana. Karma sannyas sadhana is extremely important because the moment you start to practice your sadhana in the correct manner, by having your mind practice the sadhana, that is the only thing that you've got to remember. Who is going to practice sadhana? Not your body, not your tongue, not your senses, your mind. Mind needs to be attached. That attachment needs to be built by continuously longing, yearning for the darshan, for the love, for the seva of the Lord, doing Roop Dhyan. If we correctly practice sadhana with the mind, then the purification of our hearts and minds will naturally start to happen. How will it naturally happen on its own? No. The grace of God. We will attract the grace of God and Guru. As soon as the child starts to cry, the heart out, the mind connected to the Lord, that child attracts the grace of God, of Guru. And that grace instantly starts to purify our hearts and minds. Nothing else. Diving in the Ganga and getting a dip there or sitting there under the Ganges for thousands of years is not going to clean our heart and mind. Remember this. There are lots of examples. Sobhri Muni used to live in the Yamunas where Kali and Nag used to dwell. And yet, mind purification is not going to happen through any amount of any tapasya or any other practice. We need to build this attachment, this loving attachment, this loving feeling, this longing for the Lord. That is all sadhana is. Sadhana means longing. The more your longing becomes desperate, the more your mind becomes restless, the stronger you become a sadhak, a devotee. Sadhana is just that restlessness of the mind, that longing for the Lord. That's all sadhana is. How you get that, it's up to you. There is not a set rule. Whether through chanting the glories of the Lord's name, or through chanting the glories and doing the sumiran and shravan as well, or just by doing the sumiran, but remember sumiran is a must, no matter what practice you do out of Nauda Bhakti. Though as I have said to you that listening to the divine glories and chanting the divine glories very easily and very strongly help us get to the remembrance, the Sumiran Bhakti. So the heart purification starts. And as soon as the heart purification starts, the most beautiful, loving, sweet, spiritual thoughts is given rise to. Those thoughts that may have never come into your mind about the divine beloved God and Guru, you start feeling that attraction, that knowledge, that understanding about the Lord as your beloved, about the Supreme Godhead Personality to be your only one true relationship, your Guru to be the real mother, the real father, who shall get us completely purified and cleansed and then take us and offer us to our divine beloved. Without the Guru, it's impossible. These understandings, these thoughts, and the very beautiful spiritual feelings will start to get rise. Because as the mind gets cleansed, purified, the accumulated filth gets a little bit washed away with your longing, with your correct sadhana practice. Of course, that light starts to come through. The light of wisdom, the light of that love through the grace. And when this starts to happen to us, when the spiritual, beautiful thoughts start to come, then your heart, your mind, naturally will start to get detached from the world and attached in God. Now this actual attachment can start, because we need to get detached. Our attachment, which is so strong in the world, in the mic objects, in the mic individuals, etc., that attachment needs to be weakened, at least to some degree, so that to the amount the mind's attachment gets weakened from the world, to that amount the mind will get attached in God. It will get the space, the breathing space. If it's so strongly attached in the Maya world, there is only one mind. If this mind is so strongly attached in the Maya world, with which mind are you going to get attached to God? There is no mind, no other mind. So it's a must to practice this sadhana correctly, to get the heart and the mind purified to some degree, so that the beautiful spiritual wisdom and thoughts start to come, feelings start to come in your heart and mind, so that with that we start to fall in love to some degree, we start to get attracted rather to God and Guru. And to that degree, when we are getting attracted, our minds is getting closer. Upasana. We are now actually practicing devotion. Bhakti means upasana. Upasana means past jhana. Now we are going closer. I didn't feel anything for God. I was thinking why these people are crying and why these people are practicing devotion. Now you'll stop questioning. You will be one of them. Falling in love. And you'd like to do more and more sadhana. Nobody will have to remind you that it's the time to go for Kirtan. You will just wait for the moment as you grow deeper into this sadhana and into this purification, into this attachment of your heart and mind towards the Divine Beloved. And to the same degree, remember, it's a simultaneous process. It's not that your mind will get detached from the world to some degree and then it will get attached. No. As it gets detached and weakened, the attachment in the world from Maya world, it gets attached to God. Same degree. The mind will, due to its old habit, since time immemorial, go back. But continuous practice of sadhana means pulling it back to God. So this is what we need to do. So Arjun, Gandiv Dhanurdhari Arjun, whom even Urvashi could not touch, the mind, whose mind was so well focused, absolutely perfectly focused to the aim and to Sri Krishna. This Arjuna is saying to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Chanchalo hi mana Krishna pramadi balavadyanam. Mind is very chanchal. It wanders around, flickers around. Vayuriva sudushkaram. Stormiest of the winds can be controlled, but not this mind. My Lord, what do I do? What did the Lord say? You coward? What have you been practicing all this while? No. Supreme Almighty Lord Krishna says, we will feel good about it, because the Lord says, Asanshayam mahabaho manodurnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya tu vairagyena cha grihate. No doubt, this mind is extremely chanchal, fickle, wanders around. Not even for a fraction of a second it can remain, peacefully stable. We may think that, for 1 minute my mind was there. Oh, no. With great amount of abhyas, perhaps you will be able to get to a certain degree, your mind focused. Great amount of practice is needed. However, this Arjun, whose mind is so well focused, he's saying this. Just imagine where do we stand. But the Lord said, don't worry. Abhyasena tu kaunteya tu vairagyena cha. No doubt. Mind is chanchal, but practice. Keep practicing. And one day you will perfect it. And he did. Ultimately, when he declares, Nashto moha smritil labdha, tat prasadat maya chita. With your grace, achyut, moh maya is gone. I see nobody, I see nothing. Everything is only Krishna. The entire battlefield is Krishna. You may think it's a joke. Do it. Before you make any decisions, do it. Before you come to a conclusion, all rubbish, do it. Do the practice. And then say anything. If you don't do practice, then don't say anything. We have to put it into practice. All this teaching is for you and I. So, sadhana is a must. But what about seva? I've heard that seva, service of the divine nature, helps us speed up our devotional progress. For sure, you've heard it right. And I did mention that Agya Samna Susahib Seva, there is no seva equivalent to Agya Palan, following the instructions of God which comes through the scriptures, or the Guru who is guiding us on the spiritual path. The instructions to be followed strictly. That's what seva is. So understand one thing, that seva and sadhana both complement each other. One cannot be without the other. So don't separate. Turn your sevas into sadhana, turn your sadhana into seva. Sadhana is the fuel which gives rise to the desire to serve in our hearts and minds. Sadhana is the fuel that gives rise to the desire to serve the divine. That desire comes from your sadhana practice. To do seva. And seva, in English I'm just going to call it service, but don't start to think the service the way we do, but seva, where you are, seva can be done only with love. But seva, or let me just call it service, that seva, is the physical expression of the sadhana that you do. Seva cannot just be done like that without sadhana. When you have done proper amount of sadhana and the correct way of sadhana, there will be this desire which will rise in you to do seva, very deep longing. And that seva is the expression of your love, of your devotion, of your sadhana. It's a physical expression. It's the real expression of it. Seva is of two kinds. One, a person may be devotee, good devotee, but loves to do seva his own way or her own way. And the other one is, the second type of seva, is where the devotee, again a good devotee, does the seva only in accordance to the wish of the Guru. We won't meet God in this physical life with this physical, in this physical form under Maya. We still are. We can't meet God. Seva is to be done to the server, which is the Supreme Almighty Godhead Personality. But just because we can't meet God and we can't do seva to Him, so of course, Guru is the other form of God. So continue to do your seva to your Guru until and unless we attain God realization. Then in Golok, we'll get the actual seva. So this Guru seva, one is what you want to do, how you want to serve, and the other is what the wish and the instruction of the Guru is. So suppose the Guru says that one of you go and stand 2 kilometers away. Don't stand here. And says to another devotee, you go and stand 1 kilometer away. And says to a third devotee, you stand in front of me and do fanning. Now, if you don't have a correct understanding about seva, and you are very selfishly involved in doing this with what you wish to do, then, of course, you will have a very negative thinking and may even abandon the Guru, leave the Guru. Oh, he's the favorite one. He chased me away 2 kilometers away or 1 kilometer away. So he favors this devotee. This devotee must be greater than me. What is greater and what is smaller? In Seva, there is nothing big and nothing small. Every Seva is same. If the Guru says you stand 2 kilometers away, that's a great Seva. Lakshman, you stay with me. Bharat, 14 years, you go and rule the kingdom of Ayodhya. So is Lakshman more dear to Bhagwan Ram? Of course not. But a fool, a foolish person, a selfish person, not understanding the true meaning of Seva, will conclude this way, that, oh, Lakshman was more dear than Bharat. Seva is Seva. Whatever Agya the Guru gives. So, to think that I will do the Seva my way is not right. It's not right for any devotee to think this way, because that devotee cannot progress very far in devotion. He will fall. Certainly will fall, because we'll do kusang. Negative thinking will come. So always know and remember that it is what the Guru's instruction is, to follow that. The more strict you are in following the instruction of the Guru, the more grace you attract. And speedier you will go on this path of devotion. You'll progress in this path of devotion. So they both, Seva and Sadhana, complement each other. Sadhana is the one which gives you the feeling to do Seva. And Seva is the physical expression of the sadhana, as I've told you. Now, as I was telling you, that through sadhana the heart purification takes place, and ultimately that feeling of attachment in God and Guru and detachment from the world, you may want to know what is the indication of this, that I'm doing the proper way of doing sadhana. The greatest, most vivid indication would be to just check yourself, that one day when somebody said something to me, then whether it was in the spiritual sadhana or in the material world, at your homes or at office or wherever, then you felt it so badly. It was a very bad feeling, and for half a day or maybe for a day or maybe for a few days or few weeks, you couldn't get out of this thought that what that person had said to you. And you got so angry, you got so furious, you got so stressed, you got so depressed, etc. This negativity had come. But then, as you progress in your devotion and you are getting detached from this material world, and more slowly you are getting attached to God, your love, your devotion is increasing towards your God, your materialistic desires, you'll see, will become very, very weak. That is getting detached, right? So from the Maya world. So what will happen is, now somebody said something really bad to you. Much more worse than the last time. And what did you do? For a few moments, you were really very badly shaken. Right? You didn't expect that coming from this person, or from anybody. But then, what happens? Immediately, just after a few seconds, you get over it, and you continue with your devotion, you continue with your practice, you continue with your work. It's not bothering you, you're not lingering on it and taking it. Got it? So that's the indication. It's a big milestone. It's right there with you. Don't have to check with anybody. So, one day you had lost something and you got so frustrated, so stressed out, crying and looking for it. Today, that time you had lost only $100. Today you've lost your $1,000 or $10,000, or in a business, probably $1 million. But for a moment you are shaken. Immediately, instantly, because you have been practicing your sadhana and you've been becoming strong in your love towards your God, slowly, it's not that strong, but the practice of sadhana itself will start to take you out from that feeling that one day you were so hurt, so much stressed. Today it's less, and then it's lesser, and then it's lesser, and then there comes a day that your $1 million is gone, and you just thought, well, it never belonged to me. In the military training, there's a slogan, which is taught. I never went to military, but I've heard of it. Let the bird out of the cage. Let the bird out of the cage. If it flies and comes back, it was always meant to be. If it flies and never comes back, it was never meant to be. So you are in the field. If you never come back, you never come back. If you come back, you are fated to be. So whatever is gone is gone. I have no hold on it. It was not meant to be mine. Somewhere, some deed had brought that $1 million, and somewhere, some deed had taken it away. You understand it? The play of your prarabdha, your fate. There are certain things that are play of your fate due to your past life's doings, which we don't remember. And there are certain things we do ignorantly. You'll know it, whether it's out of your ignorance or it's out of your prarabdha. But in any case, you'll understand it, and in just few moments, you'll be normal, and you'll continue with your spiritual practice, with your work, etc. So this is the indication that you are moving onward, Godward, right? If such changes start to take place. And there are other examples, but not going deeper into that. So that is about sadhana. And about seva, as I had told you, always try to practice that seva, that service, which comes with the instruction of God through the scriptures, or Guru, direct instruction. Direct instruction. Like I just told you all, Sri Maharaj in his own words has given us a seva. So none of us can say, seated here, that, oh, I did not receive any seva from my Guru. Of course he has given us direct seva. One direct seva, at least I'm going to talk about, which I had already mentioned last time. For 2 weeks, take leave and come to Radha Madhav Dham to do your sadhana. Especially for devotees all over US and Canada. And he directly even told me in Bhakti Mandir. And he directly even says this in his recording, in his words, which was sent to you all devotees. Although in that recording, the mention of US and Canada is not there. But yes, his agya is there. So just close your eyes and just follow it. And then see the grace showering upon you. But if we don't follow, then we say we don't feel it. How can you feel it? Your sadhana should be correct, and then agya palan. Doing as the instruction goes. And then, of course, the Guru's agya is for this intensive, but yes, whenever you can, go to Guru Dham. In Mangar, Sri Maharaj's birthplace. He has made all these Bhakti Mandir, the Bhakti Bhavan. For whom? For the walls to just stand there? For us to go there and do sadhana, because Dhami and Dham are one. If you have this faith, only then. And Nami and Nam are one. So that name chanting can be anywhere, feeling that God is seated in his name. But when you go to your Guru Dham, knowing that the Dham and my Guru is one. So go and attend those sadhana camps as well. But not at the cost of leaving this sadhana camp. Because this is Adesh, this is Agya, especially for all the devotees here in US and in Canada. Thus, Sri Maharaji gives this Adesh for a specific reason, which we should not apply our minds and intellectualize. He knows the best for us. We live in these foreign countries. He knows the best about us. And he chooses to grace us in the best possible manner. So just follow the Agya. Close your eyes, close your minds, your intellects, and just follow the Agya. So Agya Samna Susahib Seva. Now Seva is of 3 kinds. Tanuja, Vittaja, and Manasa. There is the Seva with which we render with our bodies, physical Seva. Then there is the monetary Seva. And there is the mental Seva. Monetary Seva is of the lowest level. If you have money, then you can give. If you don't have, then you can't give. And depending how much you've got. If you earn only $100, then 10% tithing is a must. That in Catholic religion, in Christianity, they follow it rigidly. But our scriptures talk about it and have always talked about it. Pragat char pad dharma ke kali maha ek pradhan yena kena vidhi dina udan kare kalyan. In Kali Yuga, only dan. Dan means charity, giving alms, monetary seva, can liberate us fast, because the attachment is deepest and strongest in wealth. For wealth, we do anything and everything. We cheat, we tell lies, we rob of people, we do all sorts of things to earn money. And if we have money, then what will we do with it? For a spiritual service, last thing, we don't even think about it. To wear good clothing. People's cupboards are filled with not only 20 pairs, but hundreds of pairs of suits, clothing, saris, etc. And then to paint our faces. Yeah. And then we should go with the modern style, wear the blouses up to here, and next time it's outdated, wear it up to here. Next time that's outdated, wear it up to here. Next time outdated, go up to here. And then next time, even that's outdated. And then red lipstick one day, and then black one another day, and then black nail polishes, oh God. Keep changing it. For body. This perishable body, this mere lump of clay, that's all it is. So much time and so much energy wasted away in this. And so much money. So your basic necessities, no scriptures, no guru, not even Sri Maharaji stops us from spending on our basic necessities. It must be properly used for your food, clothing, shelter, and whatever is very basic necessity. You must, to that degree only. Rest, if you have $100, then $10 give it in dan. And those who earn $10, $1 in dan, in charity. And those who are earning 100, 10% of that, million, 10% of that. So according to your earning, you will give the monetary seva. But if somebody is very poor, does not have anything, can't even get bread for the day, then it's okay. It's okay. You give something else. You do tan ki seva. Tan means your physical body. Don't do your dhan ki seva, do your physical sweeping and cleaning and doing all sorts of seva related to God. Wherever and whatever you do this seva, be it in the ashrams where it is a must for us to do our sevas, monetary, physical and all, but even at home, if you are doing anything, do it as a seva to God. How? As an offering to the Lord. Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhosi dadasi yat tapasasi konte tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever action, karma you do, whatever karma, action you do. It's not that only the karma in the mandir, in the temple, that action in the temple or in the ashram. Anywhere you are, whatever actions you do, whatever you eat, whatever tap you do, tapasya you do, whatever yag you do, whatever dan you do, do it as an offering unto me. 9th chapter, 27th verse of Bhagavad Gita. What is doing in offering? Remembering the divine beloved Lord. You've got a mind. You don't have wealth. Your body is not good. You can't do any physical seva. You've got a mind. And man ki seva, the seva with the mind, is the utmost, is the topmost, is the one. When your mind is in remembrance of the Lord, when your mind with love is getting attached to the Lord, then only you can start to do your monetary and your physical seva. If your mind is not in love for the God, why will you give out any money to God? Your money will be spent in your most darling child or children or wife or husband, bringing gifts for them, not for God. But because that's where the mind is attached. But the moment your mind starts to fall in love with God and Guru, when it starts to get attached to God and Guru, of course your money, you want to use it in that field for the spiritual thing. And you want to physically also put in the effort to do a lot of physical seva. So these two sevas are great helpers in progressing in your devotional path. But it will only be done when your mind starts to get attached with love. And the actual seva which will be given to us on God realization will come to us only when we have already attained divine love. Then we can render actual seva to God and Guru. At this time, it is God and Guru who are doing seva to us, but whatever opportunity God or Guru is giving us to, especially Guru is giving us to do the seva, by us following the instruction of the Guru, if we do that seva, then the Guru is just taking that opportunity to grace us. And that we will only do if we start to develop some love, some loving feeling towards Guru and God. Otherwise, why would we follow the agya, the instruction of our Guru? Thus, following the instruction, building and evolving and developing loving feeling towards God and Guru is a must. That will start to naturally make us desire, want to do our monetary seva and our physical seva. Now, in this Kali Yuga, as I've told you, that our mind is very weak, extremely weak. And the wealth and the treasure of spirituality is also very weak. We are in this time and age. So, and the pull of Maya is very strong. So it's very important that we take part of our wealth and put it in seva. And physically also give some time to do seva, but mostly mind. Do sadhana. Sadhana is your mental seva, your sadhana. So even when you are cleaning something physically, or even when you are giving some charity in the monetary manner, that time also have the feeling of your God in you. Make it as an offering unto your divine beloved God or Guru, as Lord Krishna says in 9 chapter 27 verse. Thinking of him you do this service, not thinking that, oh, I've given this much charity and it should be announced. Or you just feel the pride of it. No. Humble. This humbleness has to be learned. It won't just automatically come. We have to check out and try to be humble all the time while you are doing your sadhana or your seva practice. So, as I said, charity to be done in accordance to the wish, or not charity, seva to be done in accordance to the wish of the Guru and God. And this charity is of 4 kinds. One is sattvic, one is rajasic, one is tamasic. I won't go too much into detail, but sattvic, it's the good, it's the harmonious mode of emotion, like the heavenly. And the rajasic seva, earthly, which we deal with every day, with our attachments here in the world. And tamasic seva is very, very bad mind, very bad attitude. You do it with very slothful mode of emotion. So these 3 will not give us the divine fruit. Sattvic seva will give you sattvic fruit. Rajasic seva will give you rajasic fruit. And tamasic seva will give you tamasic. If you give any money, if you do any physical seva, if you do mental seva, that means remembering, devoting yourself to that rajasic, sattvic or tamasic person, then of course you are going to get the result and the fruit of that nature. Tamasic, you'll get the tamasic fruit. If it's in the rajasic, then you'll get the rajasic fruit. If it's the sattvic personality, you'll get the sattvic fruit. So, and the 4th one is nirguna. Nirguna means none of this gun. Means it's pure, it's divine. And this pure divine, Hari and Guru, remember, God and Guru. So, the seva towards your God and Guru in the most purest manner, with your beautiful thoughts, will earn you spiritual fruit. That will give us the spiritual earning. That will give us the spiritual earning. So always try to find every opportunity to serve the Guru. Now we know that our Guru is not on earth. People question, if Maharaj was on earth and if we did sadhana, if we did seva, then of course we would have got his grace. But since Maharaj physically is not on earth, then we have to run to some other Guru and we have to probably do seva to... No. Sri Maharaj is not just any inky-pinky Guru. And he is a Jagadguru Tam, Swami Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, whom not me or not nobody here on earth has given this honor and title, but on this earth itself, through the divine grace itself, or through the divine intervention itself, I should say, the 500 eminent scholars, very egoistic, very arrogant, the conceit of their knowledge and wisdom, so strong in them, unanimously conferred upon the title of Jagadguru Uttam to him. And Sri Maharaji is Adhyatmik Guru. Adhyatmik Guru is equal to Radha Krishna, equal to God. Just as Bhagwan Shri Krishna's instruction, which comes in the form of Bhagavad Gita, in the form of Bhagavatam, in the form of the Vedic scriptures, is still till this day relevant to us in the same manner. That teaching still applied and will still lead us to Sri Krishna. Likewise, Sri Maharajji, Jagadguru Uttam Swami Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhuji. His every instruction, his every seva will lead us to attract his grace and lead us closer to him. So, only one opportunity is left now with us, to render direct seva to Sri Maharajji. And Sri Maharajji himself has said this, that he will take care of every individual soul who shall come and take shelter at his lotus feet, which we have done during his time. He will continue to be our Guru and guide us, life after life after life, until we attain God realization. No matter how much lifetime we take, he will not leave us alone. Piche laga renge. And those who are coming on this path, getting attracted, they're all getting ready for the third descension to come. Descension of not Maharajji. Maharajji is not the descension of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Remember, Maharajji is direct descension of Yugal Sarkar Sri Radha Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was direct descension of Sri Radha Krishna. And there will be a third descension of Sri Radha Krishna. Wait for the moment to come. Cry. Get yourself prepared. Grow into that university level of sadhana and bhakti and receive the grace directly. And Guru, he just has to come for a moment to that child. You know, devotees, I had been talking with them here, children, little children, they are not even teenagers, they're kids. And I just told them about this sadhana practice and told them to come and sit here and look at Sri Radha Krishna and feel the devotion. Few of them started crying. Their parents got very nervous about it, that what's happening. And then they did understand everything, finally. It was just overwhelming emotion from past lives, sanskars. They couldn't stop crying. They didn't know why they were crying. And then one girl comes up to me and says, Didiji, I just wanted to check with you that, is it that Radha Krishna's eyes do move? Don't laugh about it. She saw it, you don't see it. Her pure heart saw it. She was not applying her intellect. She was just following the instruction. And the God is gracing to show that, yes, I am Chetan. I'm not just a mere stone there, carved in that form. Thus, Sri Maharajji is always there. We cannot see him with our eyes because we don't have divya drishti to see the divine. He sees us all. To receive his grace, follow his instruction. And there is one seva which he left for us to do. Only one seva. He made everything. He built everything for us. Only the Guru Dham Mandir was constructed in his honor by the Didis. And there is one seva which Sri Maharajji had left for all of us to do together. Combined his devotees. Those who will come on this path, or those who are treading on this path in my presence, They will say, physically my Gurudev is not there. How do I render the monetary seva? How do I render any physical seva? How do I render any mental seva? Yes, Sri Maharaj says, there is a way. There is one museum which is under construction, about to be finished. Then that seva will be gone. And then no seva. Directly instructed by Gurudev. He was going to do the museum himself. But then, being Kripalu, being Kripa Avatar, he left it for us to do that one construction. And fortunately, we have got Chirag here, who has the entire video, entire thing to show, and I hope some part of that will be also touched. So give to your utmost towards this construction of the Vedic Heritage Center, which is the museum. It is one of its kind which will teach for years about this divine love philosophy to the people who in Kali Yuga may not sit to listen to these satsangs. The mind may become so far away from spirituality. But just to come and see it, and then they'll get attracted to the divine philosophy and the divine love. This is what this museum is going to do. Let me tell you one thing about Chirag. He may not never ever remember. Sri Maharaji came here in 2005 to US, and his first stop was in New York. I didn't know him at that time, and I think he was just a student at that time, probably finishing his university or something. And 1 a.m. in the morning, Sri Maharaji gets up, and which he usually did. And it was only me with another Sevika of Sri Maharaji. And I didn't know much about that place. We've switched on the light, and I'm here looking for somebody to come and drag that big sofa out of way so that Sri Maharaji could walk, do his morning walk. So what happens is, I am looking for some, the lights are all off, everybody's snoring away, sleeping away, because of course it was very late in the night. And they had all traveled from India, those who had come, so there was nobody. And then I saw this hare climbing on the stairs, and I said, where is this cat coming from? And I thought of chasing the cat away, because the cat would enter into Maharaj's room, right? So as soon as I peeped there, it is the hare of Chirag. And he was slowly creeping up the stairs. As soon as he knew that Maharajji was up, everybody was supposed to go and sleep somewhere else. Because that place where we had Maharajji was very small, private place, home, so not that much space. He chose to just hide under the stairs over there and sleep there, or rest for some moments probably. And then as he is creeping, and I said, hey ladka, I didn't know his name, I didn't know him. I said, hey boy, come here. And he comes, and I said, can you pull this sofa? And he does. He pulls it in Maharaj's room, and Maharaj was walking, and he came and sat on the sofa, and the result he gives, I am out of the room, and he is in the room now. I am not getting the opportunity to massage his feet, he is getting that opportunity. So, seva, number one class seva, without being told you do it. Number two, you look for that moment. Number two class of seva, the Guru tells you the seva, and then very happily you do it. And number third class, that is the lowest, is the Guru says about the seva, but hesitating, you say, okay, I have to do it, and then you do it, making your nose and face. And the last one is not even a sevak who runs away from the seva. Got it? So which one you want to be? It's up to you. Bole Shrimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Bole Ladli Lal ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम जय श्री राधा माधव धाम जय श्री कृपालु धाम.
You mentioned in her speech 12 years ago in 2013 when Sri Maharaj Ji called us and gave us that instruction about this Sadhana Shivir and its importance.
राधा माधव धाम अमेरिका में सब सत्संगी जहां है. आपसे राधे राधे करेंगे. राधे राधे. राधे भक्तों राधे 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 राधे. देखो जैसे इस वर्ष हुआ है 28 जून से 12 जुलाई तक ये भक्ति का प्रोग्राम ऐसे ही हर साल रहेगा. सब लोग इसको नोट कर लो ताकि और किसी संसारिक कार्य के कारण ये गड़बड़ होने पाए और अधिक से अधिक सत्संगियों को लाने का प्रयत्न हर सत्संगी करे. ये बहुत बड़ा कल्याण का कार्य है. यदि कोई जीव किसी जीव को भगवान की ओर लगा दे.
राधे
So after that call, Maharaj Ji gave us instructions to fix the date of next year's sadhana, this year's sadhana, during this time. And that's what we've been doing every year. So everybody has at least 1 year of heads up, and you can make any arrangements that you need to do. And as Maharaj Ji mentioned in his brief message, he's anticipating that many things will come up in our lives, but he emphasized the importance of attending sadhana, this sadhana Shivir. So our next year's sadhana is easy to remember. It's almost the same date that Maharaj Ji had mentioned 12, 13 years ago. It falls, the middle of it falls the July 4th weekend, so it's easy to remember. Rath Yatra will be July 5th, the Sunday. So we obviously start 1 week before Rath Yatra and go 1 week after. So you can make a note of this. Obviously we will remind you of this as well. And if you can, try to plan and be here for these 2 weeks, or at least as much as you can be here. Maharaj's instruction wasn't as much. It was just 2 weeks. So these are the dates that we will have our Sadhana Shivir next year. Coming to Radha Madhav Dham, we have a lot of new devotees here. Earlier, Pranay, in making his announcement, he had said we have 350 plus In fact, we have 500 plus devotees staying here overnight. So Radha Madhav Dham, so I'll cover some of the information that may be a repeat for some of you just because we have so many new devotees as well. Radha Madhav Dham focuses on spiritual aspect as well as charitable works. On the spiritual side, that's our main focus, to encourage any individual who is interested in walking this path and inspiring them to do devotion to Radha Krishna. That's front and center to everything that we do here at Radha Madhav Dham. So our promotion, our propagation, all of our programs are geared towards that spiritual goal. In addition to that, we have a big responsibility of maintaining this large ashram so that we can continue to host these types of events and continue to facilitate all the devotees who come to Radha Madhav Dham throughout the years. Radha Madhav Dham also plays a big role in assisting, helping the construction of divine monuments that our organization in India undertakes. And we also play a part in the charitable activities that happen in India as well. So on the propagation and spiritual program side, we have a full calendar of events throughout the year. We have 8 mini intensives. The mini intensives are intensive like this, Shivir like this, but they're just like a mini dose. We start Friday evening and we go till Sunday afternoon. And it's a very convenient weekend time that anyone can come here and spend a weekend in devotion. The schedule is always posted in our lobby, and we welcome you to come to Radha Madhav Dham. Besides this Sadhana Shivir that we do, which is the 2 weeks, we also do a winter family camp in the winter from December 21st to January 1st. And we also celebrate festivals throughout the year. All the major Hindu festivals we celebrate here. On many occasions, we will have the preachers that you see here during this Sadhana Shivir. They take turn and they are here with us at Radha Madhav Dham, leading us through these intensives and through these festivals. We do morning, evening satsang here, home programs in the Austin community areas, and a lot of community initiatives within the Austin community. And that's what we do on the spiritual side, to constantly engage people who are interested in focusing on devotion to Radha Krishna. Along those lines, this year we put a lot of emphasis on social media so that devotees, even when they are not here physically, they can stay connected with Radha Madhav Dham. So obviously you can follow us on social media so you know exactly what's happening on a week-to-week basis here, any kind of festivals. Those things get posted nowadays instantly. We also do YouTube streaming. All our major intensives are streamed online live, and daily we stream satsang in the evening. So there are many devotees who join those streaming from their home, and it just become part of their lives wherever they are. 7:30 p.m. Central Time, Austin time, is when our satsang starts. You can put that on, you will hear the arti, you listen to Maharaj's lecture, and we do Kirtan. So it just becomes part of your daily routine. That's another way to stay in touch through our streaming. We also have a WhatsApp channel, official Radha Madhav Dham WhatsApp channel that you can join, where we just send, we don't spam you, but a very brief devotional message on a daily basis, and any announcement that may come up, that also gets communicated through that. And then lastly, my favorite is our radio channel. This is where we broadcast our morning satsang and evening satsang live on our radio channel every day. And then when those two satsang times are not happening, then there are kirtans that are playing 24/7. So these are some of the ways you can continue to be in this environment, remember Radha Madhav Dham, and be connected with us even when you go back home. One of the other things we are doing, we know we have a lot of devotees who don't understand Hindi. So one initiative that we have taken is to develop this platform. We are calling it radhakrishnapram.com. This platform will have all the English speeches. Everything in this platform is English oriented. We are so lucky to have all the preachers who come here throughout the year, and especially during these intensives, and they speak in English. So you can listen to the divine philosophy directly in the English language. And every kirtan, every Maharajji speech on this platform would be subtitled so that a non-Hindi speaking person has a great resource without any interruptions. They can go to this platform, there are no ads or anything else, and they would be able to do satsang at their own leisure and just put on things that are here, and you can listen to the speeches. You can visit some of the speeches that are been given at this Sadhana Shivir or prior Sadhana Shivir. So it's a big reservoir of the English speeches that we have, that we are making available to all of the devotees through this platform. So it's almost done, and then we will continue to develop this. And then you can, even today, you can go out to radhakrishnapram.com and avail yourself to this resource. On the ashram side, as I mentioned, we are constantly renewing our infrastructure. This year, 2025, this is actually the 30th anniversary of Rasheshwari Rani Temple. Our temple was inaugurated back in 1995. And anything that's 30 years old, especially building-wise, there is constant maintenance, repair that needs to be done. And so we are constantly working around the clock, even when you are not here, to prepare the facilities for your accommodation, for your comfort, when you come to Radha Madhav Dham. So this past year, we've spent a lot of time in creating new residential spaces in old buildings that we have. This past year, we actually have 10 residents that have moved to Radha Madhav Dham permanently. And so as these residents move to Radha Madhav Dham, it gives us a big help. Our number stands at 63 now. So there are 63 devotees of Shree Maharajji that reside here permanently and give full-time seva as their time allots. Many of them also work from here. But this is their home. This is their place. They don't have any other homes. And they take care of Radha Madhav Dham day in, day out, and all the maintenance and everything that we do. So as these new resident requests come in, we have to create new facilities for them, which we have started doing. We're doing a lot of renovation, at the same time bringing our residences to modern standards as well. And so we've spent a lot of time and resources creating these new residential spaces. And wherever we can find little nooks and cranny, we will try to convert them to bathrooms and rooms and try to get to a place where we can give this level of facilities to our new residents who will be here permanently residing at Radha Madhav Dham. At the same time, we know our infrastructure is aging, and so we are also focusing quite a bit. I hope some of you would have noticed some of the bathrooms where you stay, some of the rooms where you stay are getting modernized. We're able to do this for two reasons. One, obviously, the old infrastructure starts wearing off and stops working. So we have to change it anyways, and while we are changing it, we are bringing it to the modern standard. Modern standard isn't a $500,000 home. Modern standard for us is our ashram modern standard. So we're giving you basic necessities, but using modern material that we have. That means LED lights, LED fans, fans like that, and then any kind of flooring or painting that we do. But we're just bringing the facilities up to the current standard, which if you don't go to each and every room, you won't know any of this thing is happening. Many of our residents probably don't know a lot of these things are happening on a day-to-day basis, but we have these activities going on almost every day, every week of the year, just to keep improving our facilities for your comfort. Our official bed capacity is 240 beds at Radha Madhav Dham, which is beds in the rooms and everything. And we are grateful, so grateful to each and every one of you that you are sacrificing your comfort. I see the places where you stay, and it's a very makeshift accommodation that we have put up. But we get encouraged by that. We have 500 devotees, which is double our actual bed capacity. But you are coming here, following Maharaj's instruction, doing sadhana, and stay in very humble accommodations. So we're trying to improve our facilities so we can give you a little more comfort than a metal bed and partitions that are made out of sheets. So just bear with us, but keep coming. And so that's one of our focus. That's one thing that we have been doing here. We're also improving the security of our ashram. Our ashram here is a 215 acres. It's one of the largest ashram and a temple complex in the United States. And so security is very important to us. Many of you may have noticed we've actually now have a new guard shack at our main gate, where we can have an individual who can be stationed there throughout the day and can control the traffic that is coming in. We also have an automated gate that we have installed, and it's been running for almost 8-9 months, which gives an automated entry to all of our residents, close devotees, and many of our Dallas, Houston devotees can also get this clicker. So when they come in, this is for our overnight guests and our devotees. So having done this, our property would be completely secured in all of its periphery. And this, just in current circumstances where we are in our country, this is an important element that we are constantly working to make sure our ashram continues to be secure and safe for anyone who comes to worship here. Our temple, like I mentioned, is 30 years old. There is something happening with it. So one of the things we did this year is we completely renovated and painted the outside area of our temple. So it just looks the same paint. It's the same paint color. So you may not have noticed it, but it's all fresh paint, tens of thousands of square feet of surface that got painted, including tall 20, 34 feet pillar. And some of these pillars, we have every single pillar has little decorations. And those decorations, they get damaged over the years. So when we do this, we actually pay attention to that, set up scaffolding, repair those little pieces. And they're not just little pieces, they're little pieces that are painted differently. So some are pink and some are gold, some are bluish. We want to maintain the initial objectives of how this temple was designed, how it was established. And so wherever we can, we want to stick to the authenticity and the originality of the temple construction. And we try really hard to make sure we don't alter that here at Radha Madhav Dham. Our Maharaj Mandal, it's a tiled floor. That's one initiative that we did quite a bit work on this year. All that tiles you see around Radha Kund on Maharaj Mandal, they break. It's an outdoor area and the tiles, they don't last that long. So we are constantly repairing, and some of these tiles are tiles that we don't have anymore. And so we have to adjust, redesign spaces so they don't look that much different than what we have had before. We get a lot of visitors, almost 50 to 60,000 visitors that come through Radha Madhav Dham. These are not devotees on an annual basis. And so they also require facilities. And so it's just still humble facility fitting to an ashram. But all of you who have been here before, you may have noticed we have a new dining area for our snack stand. So our visitors before, they used to just sit out in the cold or rain or heat. Now at least they can go into this little dining area that is just opposite of snack stand and at least take shelter within those spaces. We have a new roti machine. So borrowing from our ashram in India, we have this new roti machine that cranks out about 900 rotis per hour. So we actually started this year, and you had those rotis during this sadhana shivir. And we're still making improvements. It is still work in progress. When we actually imported this machine from India, the manufacturer told us it will work on any kind of gas. But it turns out we found out that Radha Madhav Dham is the first case where we are using a roti machine on a propane, because we don't have natural gas here. We are sort of in the outskirts of the Austin area, so we don't have natural gas coming in. And whereas it would have been a plug and play if it was natural gas, it took us almost 45 days to get this machine working. So we're super excited that it is now working, and we are making rotis, and we'll keep improving it, and then we'll give you more rotis. And we're also getting new ideas of selling different kinds of rotis through our snack stand. So that's one thing. And then, like I mentioned, every corner requires attention. So our maintenance staff, which is one full-time devotee, 2 part-time devotees, basically are running around day in and day out. We get on average 50, 60 requests per day. This doorknob is broken, this thing is broken, this doesn't work here, this doesn't work here. And through our IT, we have actually a software where we track all kinds of maintenance. So we maintain the records of when was the last time we fixed this thing. So we're able to track these things. So we're trying to streamline all of these processes. But there's so much that goes on beyond the major projects and things like that that I described here. Speaking of accommodations, this has been on the cards for a very long time, but we finally have a permit to build 32 more rooms. So hopefully next year when you come, it'll either be in construction or it'll be finished. But right after this Shivir, we are going to be starting the process of building new buildings. It'll be similar to garden rooms, slightly bigger rooms, little obviously more modern with more modern amenities. But that's what's coming up in this year, and we are hoping that within at least next 12 to 18 months, we can complete the construction of this. We also, at the same time, got a permit to build 16 new brand new resident apartments. So it's all lumped in our one permit. And so we are pretty excited to get this aspect of the project going here at Radha Madhav Dham. And many people have asked me, Bhaiya, jo humne 10 saal pehle naam diya tha. Many devotees have reserved some of these rooms almost 7-8 years ago when we first announced this. But your names are secured, we still have them, and you will get the first priority. Another project that we're looking to do this year is restoration and repair of our Radha Kund. We just took the holy dip in it a couple of days ago. But Radha Kund is as old as the temple. And in the daytime, you can see some of the tiling is coming out. We actually have leakage through the flooring of it, and we're losing a lot of water constantly. It takes 2 devotees almost 10 to 20 hours, if not more, on a weekly basis to just maintain the pristineness of Radha Kund. So we are hoping this year to actually get Radha Kund restored so that we don't lose that much money in wasting our water or that much human resources in maintaining it. So this is one project that we are hoping to undertake. For those of you who are new to Radha Madhav Dham or Jagadguru Kripalu Parishad, Radha Madhav Dham supports our parent organization or our organizations in India, Jagadguru Kripalu Parishad, and we have 3 charitable activities where one of them is educating girls free of charge in Pratapgarh district. This is a place called Kunda. It's about 15 minutes away from Shree Maharaj's birthplace in Mangarh, where girls' education is not valued in this locality. And so Maharaj had started this, it started as a small school 25 years ago, and now it's from pre-kindergarten all the way to master's level, where 4,000 girls get educated on an annual basis. And so here they get free school supplies, uniforms, obviously there is no tuition, and so everything is free for them. A lot of these girls who have actually gone through the entire program, they're now teachers, counselors, civil workers. So it's creating a legion of social workers and really elevating the economic status of this entire region as a result of Shree Maharaj's initiative of educating the girls. We also have 3 charitable hospitals in each one of our ashram in India, where we cater to almost 500,000 patients on an annual basis among the 3 charitable hospitals. This is where anyone who walks through the door, they get free medicine, free care, free treatment, and not just regular treatment. Many times in India, especially, you see free hospitals, they are barely offering anything. But in our hospitals, we have CT scans and MRI machines, state-of-the-art ophthalmology department, many different types of things where people can avail themselves to all of these treatments and medicines, where if these didn't exist, these villagers who go to them would basically die in suffering. And so we've helped almost 5 million people since the inceptions of these hospitals in India. And besides that, we do charity, poor relief activities throughout the year. where almost 70,000 villagers from nearby places in Barsana, in Mangad, they get charity throughout the year. Simple things which we take, I mean, we may even laugh at it, but it's like a little bucket, a towel, a bar of soap. Even during festival times, it's a sack of grain, a flour, sugar. These are amenities for these villagers. They don't have access to any of these things. Chairs, and even plastic chairs. But, we think through what they require, and every year these items are distributed free of charge to all of these villagers who benefit from these initiatives. So these are our propagation, spiritual related activities, charitable works, as well as some of the things that I mentioned that we are doing here at Radha Madhav Dham. The one active divine monument that we have initiated several years ago, and it is starting to come to a close, is what Gopeshwari Devi referred to. This is the JKP Museum that is being built in Shree Maharaj's birthplace in Mangad. And this project, it's re-establishing the principles of Sanatan Dharma, as Shree Maharaj has elucidated for us, using the most modern technology in a highly interactive manner that will stand to educate generations to come in the spirituality, in this practice, in what Shree Maharaj had spent 91 years of his life educating them about the Siddhant, the philosophy, as well as educating them about Shree Maharaj's personality. So these are renders, and this project is, as I mentioned, the structural aspect of this building is coming to an end. I'll just play a short video for those of you who haven't seen this trailer. And then we have a little bit of an update towards the end about what the construction looks like as of now.
मेरा डेली का एक ही कार्यक्रम है, किसी भी प्रयत्न से जीवों को भगवान की ओर ले जाना।
Shree Maharaj lived amongst us for 91 years, serving humanity with one singular purpose every day of his life, inspiring souls to realize the importance of their precious human birth and utilizing it for God realization. Hundreds of thousands followed him. Millions appreciated and admired him. Billions are waiting to hear about him. A world-class immersive experience, unmatched in its architectural beauty and exceptional in its ability to transform spiritual teachings into an exquisite experiential journey, is being built in Bhakti Dham, Mangad. It will give us an unparalleled opportunity to introduce the fifth original Jagadguru, our Maharaj, to those who are waiting to hear about him. It will be the first and the only one of its kind spiritual immersive experience in the world that will enliven and re-establish the eternal authentic teachings of Sanatan Vedic Dharma as revealed by Shri Maharaj Ji.
ज्ञान प्राप्त करने का, लक्ष्य प्राप्त करने का, कमाने का बस एक शरीर है, मनुष्य का।
This precious jewel will illuminate the visitor's curiosity, help them discover meaning in their spiritual practice, and establish the divinity of Maharaj Ji in their minds.
ये सबसे पहला और सबसे अंतिम भी रूप ध्यान।
This lively immersive experience is designed to awaken spiritual consciousness, to create an intrigue for fundamental questions about human existence, and plant a seed of selfless devotion to God. Let us join our hands and be part of this incredible journey that will institutionalize Sri Maharaj's teachings, transform lives, and influence generations to come. Together, let us offer this lotus flower at his feet. So we've been seeing these visuals for many years, those of you who have been coming here. But now the buildings are actually structurally ready and we can see the real form, and through Maharajji's grace, how accurate that it has turned out to be. So I'll play a second video, which is just a clip of actual construction site, and you'll get an idea of where we are in terms of the building progress. So we are hoping to inaugurate this next year, and we are that close now. And nothing in this museum has been simple. Everything has been extremely complex. Where we were in a small village in India, where we had to do what no one in the world has done through the new construction techniques, training simple workers, doing the most complex structure in the world. We have almost, on average, 300 workers stationed full-time in Mangar and working around the clock on this project on a daily basis. And so we are hoping now the entire structure is complete. You saw the waterproofing and all of that is happening for the building. We've already started to partition the inside of this building, and now because we have so much work front, that a lot of things will be moving in parallel at the same time. And we are today launching this website, jokpmuseum.org. And you can give this website to your friends and family. You'll find a lot more information about this project and how you can be part of this initiative. Many of you are already contributing to this initiative, but this website will be able to give you the updates. We'll be sharing updates as construction is going on and the progresses that we are making. And just yesterday morning, I got the news that our project has been nominated for an award by the topmost architectural forum in the world. So the organization has placed an embargo until July 7th. So I can't tell you who and where, but at least I can share that this is considered almost the Oscar of architectures. So I was talking to the Didis and I told them on July 8th, which is going to be our Guru Purnima Sadhana, Didis will be making the final announcement and giving that news to all of us where this project has been recognized. So we've also done a lot of work over the last year of the inside. You know, many times you're seeing the structure, but all the internal content that is the heart of this project is presenting Sri Maharaj's philosophy in the most lively, immersive manner. That is all also been completely designed, and it's already being worked on. And all of this software, holograms, virtual reality, the latest technology that we'll be using in this museum, it's being worked on by the experts around the world, and we will slowly start fitting all of these in to the building. And so the minute details of every single inch of this building is being worked on, and it'll get installed. It's got many, many different sections throughout the building. Everything from, you know, what is the aim of life? What is the importance of our human life? What is the path of bhakti? Who is God? Who is Guru? Who is Maharajji? What is Roop Dhyan? Can Maharajji still guide me today if he's not physically present? All of those topics are being presented in this museum for the entire world in a very technologically advanced and immersive manner, where they will feel the philosophy, not just hear it, not just read it, but they will walk away with those emotions in their hearts and minds. So at the end, I want to thank each and every one of you who have been contributors to everything that I have talked about, every single dollar, every single penny that you contribute, all the different sevas that you do here, the artis and the bhog, every amount of that money goes towards these projects and helps us sustain, grow, and maintain our Radha Madhav Dham. You've been given this little pledge card. It was not my intention to force anybody to give the donation, but this is where we want you to be an integral part of our family here at Radha Madhav Dham. The amount you put down on that form doesn't matter. All that matters is your intention that yes, whatever is happening, I want to contribute. I want to be part of this, even if it's $10 a month, even if it's $50 a month. But we want to hear from each and every one of you that today it may be $10. That's the level of the faith, that's the level of Shraddha. But tomorrow it will grow into 100, then to 1,000, to 10,000. And that's how it will mushroom. But we want to hear from everyone. We want to know what we are doing. Do you support that? Should we continue in this pathway? So please take a moment. Many of you are already supporting a lot of these initiatives. Many of you have already are contributing on a monthly basis to Radha Madhav Dham. But those of you who are not, if anything that I have presented here today has moved you or you feel you should be part of this, whether it's our charitable works, whether it's our spiritual mission, whether it's the monuments that we are building, the upkeep of Radha Madhav Dham, whatever it is, different things touch different people in different ways. Let us know, and let us know by filling out that form that you were handed when you came into the satsang before 7:30. And if you don't have a form, you can stop by our front desk, and any one of them will be happy to give you one. But please don't leave Radha Madhav Dham without filling that form out. At least every family should fill that out, even if it's $0. Just fill the form out so we can hear from you. We know that what we are doing, you support it and you want to be part of it. Maybe today you can't be part of it, but through Maharaj's grace, you will get the resources so that one day you could be part of it. So you could give these forms to someone at the front desk if you want it to be given to them. If you want it to be anonymous, you can just drop it in any one of our donation boxes and we will pick those forms up. This is just a pledge form. This is not where you are charging anything. There is a QR code on that form. If you scan that, then it will take you online and you can donate it by scanning that code. But if you don't have that, just fill it out and just drop it in the donation boxes and we will get in touch with you. And you can donate by checks, you can Zelle it, you can do direct bank transfers, you can even donate stocks. Credit cards also can be done. Obviously, there are fees associated with credit cards. So we encourage that if you can pay by check or any one of these top 4 methodology, that's easier. So we don't lose anywhere between 4 to 6% in credit card and all the processing fees. But if credit card is most convenient, then that's fine as well. So that's all I wanted to say in terms of our ashram update. Wanted to thank everybody for being here, doing all the seva, you do physical, monetary, participating in satsang, and hopefully we will see you next year as well and throughout the year for those of you who live nearby and can make it. But certainly next year our sadhana once again, June 27th to July 12th. Those 2 weeks we have fixed it. So thank you for your attention. And before I conclude, I just wanted to cover a little bit about tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Rath Yatra, and our celebrations will start at 6 a.m. early in the morning. Some of you actually will be doing seva in the kitchen a lot of preparation. Some of you are decorating throughout the night today. But try to get some sleep so you can participate cheerfully and fresh in the Rath Yatra tomorrow. So we'll start at 6 a.m. with the Aarti here, like we did today and like we do every day. But at 6:30 we will go for breakfast. And then at 7:15, Radha Rani will be coming out of her room and we will place her on the chariot. And at 8 o'clock, our Rath Yatra will begin. And it will go until about 11 o'clock. Then we come into the hall at about 11:15, where we have several programs in the hall. We will have another Leela in the hall, followed by, in fact, before Leela, we will have a speech by Siddheshwari Didiji, and then we will have a Leela, and then we will do Aarti here in the hall. And then tomorrow we do this Charan Darshan. So we get to do the darshan of Radharani's Charan. It's a very special occasion. And then I've said 12:40, I forgot to change it. Lunch will be at 1 o'clock because it is a Sunday. So at that time, once you have done the Charan Darshan, you can proceed to our dining hall for lunch prasad. And then the bhog to Sri Maharaj will happen at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. It will be in the afternoon, not the morning. And then we will have a break from 1 o'clock till about 5:15 because a lot of devotees get exhausted. But our sadhana will resume at 5:15 p.m. with the evening Aarti. And our second week of sadhana Shivir will start. If you've not been to Radha Madhav Dham for our Rath Yatra, just helpful guidelines to keep in mind. Try to avoid wearing footwear unless you have to wear it because of your medical conditions. These yatras, we do it in the tradition of Braj, and people do it bare feet. But if you can't walk bare feet, then we advise you to wear socks. You can double or triple up on your socks for comfort. The chariot, it's a big chariot, so please don't get too close to it in the way because it needs to maintain that momentum to keep going. Hydrate, we will have hydration stations throughout the route of the Rath. And try to stay off the grassy area, especially if you're walking bare feet, because some of the grasses and things in the grassy area could be spiky. So just walk on the asphalt paved road if you can. We have limited golf carts and cars for our elderly devotees who are not able to walk. So you can sign up for your spot. I heard Pranay earlier say there's 27 spots. So if you can walk, please try to walk and keep those spots for our devotees who cannot walk. But if you need to sign up, you can do that at front desk. And we will have refreshment available at Shyam Kuti, which is where it's a halfway point of our Rath Yatra. You will get drinks and some light snacks so you can take refreshment. But basically we'll start here in front of the temple. You will hear all the percussion instrument and chanting, but we will promptly start at 8. And then in a Braj style, whenever Radharani's chariot moves, there are these padavs, these stops. So we will have our first stop, what we call Shama Nivas. Then we will proceed to Shyam Kuti, that will be our second stop. That's where we will take almost a 45-minute break, and you'll get to sit down and have refreshments. Then we'll come back to Govardhan, and then we will come back to Radha Kund, and then we will be back in the temple. So that will be our schedule. It'll be a very busy day. When you wake up early in the morning, there's back-to-back things that are happening. So please have your breakfast before you start participating in the Rath Yatra. So that concludes this presentation. Maharaj Ji, when he gave us this Adesh, when he established this intensive, he also instructed the pracharaks that we have amongst us to spend their time here and lead us into this sadhana shivir. And they do it every year, and we are so fortunate to have 6 of them amongst ourselves who, through Kirtan, through their lectures, through one-on-one conversation, any one of you who have a question, you can take time with them. You are welcome to ask them questions, visit them, and they will guide you on your devotional path. So, since all of us are here, I would like to ask all of our pracharaks to please come. We would like to thank you for what you do. Can we turn on the lights, please? And I'm going to ask our oldest devotee, who has been a resident of Radha Madhav Dham for probably more than 30 years, Moses, to facilitate our pracharaks. श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की। They have a lot of knowledge. We call them didis and bhaiyas, but we've all seen what they have shared with us. So once again, we thank you from the bottom of our heart for leading us in this sadhana shivir. सरकार की जय, श्री महाराज जी की जय।
बोलिए सभी भक्तों की जय, मन के आनंद की जय।
So if you need to take a quick bathroom break, you should. We'll have a beautiful kavali that is going to be presented by our boys, different age group, and this will be their tribute to our Maharaji. And then whatever time we have left after that, we will continue our satsang till 10:30 p.m. At 10:30, you can get some snack and warm milk in our kitchen.